Guess what? Today is my birthday. And I haven't had much of a summer because this guy here has been in the shop getting an awful lot of work done. So I decided to treat myself onto an adventure, one I did want to do this summer, and that is my very first overnight kayaking camping trip. I am so stoked. Let's go. So, I think I'm going to launch off right here. It's not supposed to be that breezy, but I don't know. It's a little breezier than I thought it was going to be. I did check out the wind app and it said it was only going to be 3 kilometers. This breeze is a little more than 3K, and but I guess I could just go ahead and try, and well, if I feel too uncomfortable, I just paddle back, right? Are off. At least the water is a wee bit calmer. Oh, it's so beautiful. But it is very wavy out here. Woo! And I am heading to that point right there. It's closer than it looks on camera. All right, let's undo this bag and find out where we're gonna set the tent, because it's gonna dark sooner than later. So I did leave about, what, 6 o'clock, I think it was, when I actually finally departed. So yeah, let's head on up and check out our spot. We've got a nice little fire pit here. Whew. Gosh, these rocks are hard to walk on. So yeah, that'll be nice to come sit down and watch the rest of the sunset. And I'm not sure where it is. Oh, right up here is where I can set up. Sweet. Now, this should prove interesting. I have never set up this tent before, so curious how long it's going to take me. I know, you're probably thinking, say, what? You didn't even try it out beforehand? Nope, I wanted my first time to be a complete adventure, and an adventure it is. Okay, so this is the top, I think, and this must be the tent. Oh nope, that's the top. So this must be the tent. All right. Perfect. Okay. I can't believe I'm actually getting out here to do this. It is awesome. And I think I'm the only one here. At least there's nobody close by. This is a free rec site in Silverton, or just outside of it. And it's called Bannock Point. So, okay, it's gonna take me forever to get into the temples. There we go. I don't even think there's instructions for this, to be honest. I haven't seen any. But this looks like it's 2 poles. So how difficult can this be? Okay. Hey, not too shabby. Looks like it's the perfect fit. Happy birthday to me. I got the tent all set up, so I'm ready for the evening. And I think I'm going to go for a dip because I worked up a bit of a sweat. And, well, I know this is going to be a cold one. Gonna do it anyways. Oh, that was actually really nice. Not nearly as cold as I thought it would be. I guess now I'll get changed into my comfies and have something to eat because I'm starving. I got my sister to make me a wrap. Isn't that sweet? It survived the trip mostly. Kayaks here, so away from the water, and this is a lake, so not too worried about tide coming in. My food is stored right there, away from my camp that is actually way up in there. The tent held up and the air mattress stayed inflated. But I did not have a good sleep. I don't even know, to be honest, if I slept. I am very, very tired. But once again, if I don't sleep with my earplugs, I don't get a good sleep. But I didn't really want to sleep with earplugs here because, well, I'm in the middle of the woods. Yeah, there's that. Wow, did I ever get invaded? There had to be about 20 people who came down to go for a dip right there. So needless to say, I didn't do any more filming there. Thought I'll go across the lake. And I was about halfway across and the wind started picking up and I'm like, yeah, no, I think I'll just go back. And I found this nice little spot here away from everybody and there's no trails to get down here, so yay. But yeah, I've just heard way too many stories about this lake and the lives it's taken, unfortunately. It's even got a train at the bottom of the lake down towards Slocan there. Yes, it's a moody lake and it does what it wants to do when it wants to do it and how it wants to do it. So gotta respect it, that's for sure. I am going to go ahead and try this out. I haven't cooked anything out of this either. And I'm going to do one of those dehydrated food packs somewhere in my bag here. Oh, of course, it's buried in there. There it is. So yeah, also something else I've never tried before. So let's give this a go, and if it doesn't work, that's okay. I have a breakfast bar that I brought with me, so I can at least pick up some energy to paddle the rest of the way back. All right, I've got it set up, and hopefully I don't blow anything up. Hopefully. Okay. I don't like that hissing sound. Am I on all the way? Okay. Oh. Seriously, I really didn't like that hissing sound. I'm gonna watch a bit more of a video on this. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, it says that the hissing sound is normal. Let's try this again. There. I think I got it. I tell you, that's a little freaky to use. And it doesn't seem like the flame goes down at all. I'm not sure if it's because I'm using a jet boil canister, but yeah, wow. Well, in the meantime, while that's doing its thing, might as well open this up and get it ready. All right. I guess we want that out. Huh. That's what it looks like on the inside. Interesting. Yeah, I'm really curious on what this is going to taste like. Oh, wow. That was like super quick. The water is boiling already. Guess that's why they call it a jet boil, right? Okay. Pour that in. Let me stir that up. Whoops. A little flimsy. it actually smells pretty good. All right, and then we close it up for a bit. And let it do its thing. All right, it's the moment of truth. This is what it looks like all cooked up in there. Not too bad. Let's give it a try. Oh, this thing just collapsed. You gotta hold on to it right in the middle so it doesn't. Have to remember to bring my own utensils. All right, here we go. I didn't quite hydrate fully, like the sausage bits. And by the way, there was like sausage, peppers, egg, and potato in here. I would have liked the potato to be cooked more, like, you know, like a hash brown fried up or something, but it's okay. Like I said, some of it's a bit chewy because it didn't get hydrated properly, I guess. I don't know. They're expensive too. I think this was just over $20 for this one. Anyways, I'll choke it down. And now the water's calm again. Like I said, it has a mind of its own, that's for sure. I am going to start making my way back. But there was something I paddled by yesterday that I didn't stop at. So I would like to go and at least check it out. I'm not sure if it's private property or not, but we're going to find out. But it looked pretty cool. I'm not sure what it was. I think it has something to do with the mining industry that was back here the day. So there's some footings up there, maybe from a processing mill or something. I'm not sure what this was all about. That's why I was like, is it private property or not? There's no signs. But I just don't want to be walking around on it just in case. Because there is some houses up on the top above all the ruins there. So, yeah. Anywho, it looks like a little fun spot to hang out. So I stayed way out at that point right there. And here we are in. I really like my setup, actually. It worked out really good. So I actually have a GoPro now, so some new footage. And I have this one full of food and a couple other little things. And then this bag has the sleeping bag tent and all that stuff in it, and clothing. that turned out to be a success, and I cannot wait to do it in the near future. Now, I will admit, I was a bit hesitant before I had left yesterday with those waves. I had to psych myself up a little bit to get out there and just tell myself, hey, this is not your first time kayaking. This is just your first time doing an overnighter. And you've been out on the ocean several times. This is no different. And I'm glad I did it, because it is so soothing when the waves are just rolling like that. It's just very comforting, to be honest with you. So yeah, and of course I thought out things before I went, making sure that I felt safe and comfortable in where I was going. And yeah, I will say though, this morning was a little bit weird when all those people just kind of came out of the bushes, the little groups here and there, but they all seemed to be together. They were a part of something, so they all seemed to have the same zipper hoodies on, so, and they were fine, but I just felt really, I guess, invaded would be the word to say. Yeah, that was the only issue I really truly had about any of this trip. It was fantastic. And I thank you so very much for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, bye-bye.